2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. The fans are filling the seats in San Antonio, the site of our broadcast, and where the Spurs will be going up against the Boston Celtics. Well, for Boston, a strong stretch of play for this team, winning 6 of their last 7. They're playing at a high level, no lack of confidence going into tonight's game. And we'll get to see Al Horford take to the court in this one. Horford, a player that we all love, but the last few seasons, his rebounding has taken a dip. Is that just how it goes for big men as they get deeper into their NBA careers, Shaq?
Yeah, Ernie, all big men deal with declining rebounding numbers as they get older. Father Time is undefeated, buddy.
Undefeated. But the burst really goes away when your knees go. And I don't care. Father Time must have some great knees because he's been around a long time.
Wait,
I just got a question before we go.
What?
Well, if Father Time is undefeated,
Yes?
who goes after Father Time?
All these players. All these players who have tried to play past their years.
Okay, I got it.
And they've lost.
But Father Time has to have a Father Time.
No?
He must get tired too.
No, I'm so totally confused.
Jeez, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
.2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you all the action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. The crowd here in anticipation of their home team Spurs in an interconference battle here at the AT&T Center in San Antonio. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
And really, you'd like to just see more from that inside game offensively. In that one, it didn't happen.
And sometimes your poor shooting from the perimeter can dictate and should dictate that you go to the inside. Tonight, they didn't do it.
Now let's get a pregame report from Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who spoke with Greg Popovich. David.
Well, guys, when I asked him what impressed him the most about today's opponent, he immediately referred to the explosiveness on their offense. He said they have so many different ways to hurt you that it's impossible to take away everything. It's just about damage control. And he acknowledged they've got a big job to do defensively. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Now about halfway through the season, Brent, some teams looking great, but we still have a long way to go. We're talking about an 82-game schedule that is meant to put teams and players really to a full test.
Yeah, it's really something. I oftentimes find myself, Kevin, looking back after 14 years of playing at a team's schedule for an upcoming season, and I scratch my head and I go, wow, I used to do that? I mean, that's not easy to do.
It's very difficult. I agree.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
And it's going to be San Antonio off the tip. Aldridge dishes to Murray. He feeds it to Leonard. Over Hayward. And it's Leonard missing. So it's the Celtics now. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And their aggressiveness on D, for me, it felt like that was the advantage that turned the tide for them.
Well, fast and physical, sometimes you can get lost if you get out of whack. They had great discipline on that end of the floor, and that led to some key stops, and they got the win.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court right now for the Celtics. Brown and Hayward out on the perimeter. Monroe is out there with Horford, and it's Irving at the 1. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Irving's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Celtics. Irving's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land. Kicks it to Mills. Here's Leonard. Again, Leonard missing. For Boston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. On the wing, Irving. That doesn't go in either for Irving.
Right now, he's just out of sync. A lot of shots rimming out, and he's got to try to find something different.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, Kyrie Irving assured of anything that he does out there offensively. Always in control, doesn't rush all that much, and very good at running the offense.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
First free throw is good. And Brett, I read that Kyrie Irving meditates off the court. It's something he reads about and studies up on quite a bit, focused on learning and growing as a person.
Well, if meditating and taking some time out mentally to picture the type of success that you can have out on the floor, then there are some other players in this league, Kevin. They might want to take up what Kyrie Irving is throwing down.
And how unique is this situation for the Celtics? I mean, one of the best teams in the league, and yet at the same time still drafting top picks. You know, the after effects of a trade with the Nets that quite honestly will go down as one of the league's all-time heights.
The point guard that has floor awareness has the advantage. This time it's Kyrie Irving's.
On defense, Boston. Aldridge a screen. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Monroe. Here's Irving, and it's blocked. The dish now to Leonard. Wide open look here for Murray. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Murray's got his first 3 points of the game. And as the Nets struggle to rebuild without their draft picks, Greg, their losses have been Boston's game.
Yeah, the rich get richer. I mean, meanwhile, the Celtics sign all-star caliber veterans like Al Horford and Gordon Hayward on the open market. And it's just rare for a team to have the best record in the conference and land the #1 overall pick.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Irving kicks to Hayward. Just 5 to shoot. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Monroe throwing his weight around down there on the inside. Important that he stays aggressive.
Right side Gasol. Now here's Murray. D right on him. And here's Mills from the arc. Here's Gasol. That one good for 2.
Well, what stellar work from Gasol there, throwing himself against the glass and doing whatever it takes to find a second chance opportunity.
Now here is Irving. He had 13 points in the win against Dallas. And stolen by Murray. And here's the fast break. Here's Leonard. And the Spurs scoring again.
And you can see the importance of that steal. Really a 4-point swing with the conversion at the other end.
Here's Irving, tipped away. Monroe. Good D by Gasol.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. There's a good screen. Outside Leonard. Mills in the corner. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
For all the strides he's made in other parts of his game, Mills remains at his heart a dead-eye three-point shooter.
Outside Irving to end the run. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Feeds it to Murray. Aldridge a screen. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Murray's got his second basket of the night. Outside Irving. Hayward outside. And that one drops for him.
And as a wing player, Hayward's just so good at attacking the basket. I think that's a big part of what makes him special. Doesn't take much of an opening for Hayward to make his move.
Now here's Mills. 8 points his last outing. Outside Leonard. Outside Gasol. And Boston with the rebound. Hayward with the ball. Off on the layup.
I give the defense a C+ on that possession, but still, I'm sure he's upset he missed.
Mills passes to Murray. Looking for Aldridge. He gets it there. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And finished off by Brown.
And when you give Brown some daylight, he pounces on it. Just a fantastic offensive player.
And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. Now here's Leonard. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game. Murray, no good.
That's a great effort on defense. He definitely rushed his shot a little bit down low.
They get it again. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
The Celtics have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. Rudy Gay's checked in for the Spurs. Green comes in for Patty Mills. Boston also with the sub. Marcus Smart's checked in for Jaylen Brown. That free throw good from Monroe. And with these new player tracking cameras, you see some very interesting numbers. The Spurs, one of the lowest teams in terms of pace and fast break points. And yet, they're one of the top teams, Brent, in average speed and distance travel. How do you explain that?
Well, what they do, Kevin, is every time down the court, they set up their offense and they run through their options. And that could be very frustrating for anybody who's trying to defend it. They're waiting within a 24-second shot clock to have 1 or 2 defenders relax, get lazy, and as soon as they do, the Spurs take advantage of it.
One shot.
Free throw good, Murray. We all know it takes stars to win championships, Brent, but it also takes a lot of support. In your opinion, who are some of the NBA's better role players? Guys that don't have to be on the marquee, can be on the side, but still are contributors.
A couple guys come to mind, Kevin, and I'm thinking about last year, the way that Eric Gordon took the role of coming off the bench for the Houston Rockets and had a tremendous season for them. Kind of a selfless act for a guy who had started most of his career and was injury plagued. That opportunity, and maybe that selfishness had some karma behind it, and he had a great season. Another guy I would say is Cameron Payne, a guy that just has a great energy and a great spirit, looking for his opportunity, always excited to get to the game. But those are the kind of guys you need.
Yeah.
Energy, excited to be there, and every night are going to give it to you. And I'll throw Patty Mills in the mix as well. Those kind of guys with unbridled spirit, great role players to have.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Laverne, he's checked in for Aldridge. Kyle Anderson comes in for Leonard. And Parker's subbed in for DeJounte Murray. Boston again missing.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
And Tony Parker in his prime, one of the best slashing point guards this league has ever seen. Just an outstanding finisher amidst the tall players. And one season, how about he almost led the league in points in the paint, a surefire Hall of Famer.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one. And a bit of a down year for Tony Parker in 2017. His lowest three-point percentage in 5 years. Lowest free throw percentage in 9.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to see him hitting threes at a higher clip. The previous couple seasons, he shot it up over 40%. And a great way, I think, to boost his offense, even though he has slowed down a bit. In the Spurs last season, how about setting the all-time record for consecutive winning seasons with 20? This is a group that's won 50 or more games in every one of those seasons, except the strike-shortened one in '99.
Rozier kicks to Morris. Now here's Tatum. He's covered by Anderson. Clock at 6. Smart with the ball, working on Green. And Greg, for the Spurs, they're so competitive. It's inevitable. They just win year after year.
Yeah, but that big three of Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili, the all-time winningest trio in the history of our league, had a lot to do with it. And as that era comes to an end, they're doing a terrific job of just picking up new star talent without skipping a beat.
They set the screen. Morris kicks to Tatum. On the top of the key, and that one is good.
And there's another aspect of his game, the ability to work off the screen. Give this guy any kind of space, and he's going to torch you.
Now here's Parker. An 11-point game for him in the win against Miami. And there's the feed to Gay. Green, the screen. Parker's shot is off.
Oh, and the D did not make that any easier. Can't fault the shooter for missing. That's a tough shot.
That gives them the lead. Smart's got his first points of the game. San Antonio trailing here. Here's Parker. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Anderson outside. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Anderson finishing through contact. I like to see him make the mid-air adjustment to get that ball off.
And you look back to that big three era in Boston, you know, the Celtics have not been shy about aggressively trading to reshape this roster. You know, they've made a rapid rebuild that's really the envy of a lot of teams around our league.
One shot, gentlemen.
That one misses for Anderson. And as aggressive as the Celtics have been, Greg, they've also shown patience, haven't they?
Yeah, and in some ways, maybe a victim of their own success. You come out on the winning end of your trades time and again. Other GMs don't want to look bad. They get hesitant, possibly, and don't want to add their name to that list.
Six to shoot. Here's Rozier. And the shot falls short this time.
And somehow, some way, he couldn't get that one to fall from in between. Got to take advantage of the weak defense when you can.
And Anderson kicks to Gay. Over Morris. Gay can't get it to go. Boston trailing. Here's Rozier. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
No way.
Oh, my. How did he hit that shot?
NBA basketball. Thank you.
There's the screen. He dishes it to Tatum. He kicks to Smart. Over Anderson. Smart misses. San Antonio's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Parker kicks to Gay. Green with a screen on Morris. Gay. That one's not going to go.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Now, here is Morris. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And when Marcus Morris gets a defender in a one-on-one situation, Greg, he feels the most at home.
And part of that might be from going up against his twin brother all the time when they were young. Marcus Morris has a great knack to find a shot he likes. Terrific with his mid-range.
first one falls for him. And the Celtics franchise with the league-leading 17 NBA championships, their last in 2008.
Yeah, and with the talent and assets they possess, they might be in the hunt for banner number 18 before you know it. One of the beasts of the East, without question.
That one misses.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markieff, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
Now here's Gay. 20 points for him last game against Miami.
Well, I think he was especially impressive on the glass. The defense had no idea what to do with him.
Here's Gay. And that one's good. Parker.
And that's a nice jump shot there by Parker. Caught it right in rhythm.
There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter. And the wide open shot from Morris. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Gay. There's 31 seconds left here in the first quarter. Nice ball movement by Boston. Morris with a screen on Green. Baines inside, defended by Laverne. And it's Baines missing. And Anderson has it in the corner. Back to Green. 4 seconds left. And he lays it up and in. Now it's a 6-point Spurs lead.
Anderson has great vision as a point forward. Exceptional court awareness.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Spurs lead by 6. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And a chance to hear from Tony Parker, who said he lives for the challenge of continuing to improve.
I always try to improve and get better, and Pop always challenged me. He came to me and he said, you know, good players, they can have a great season, but the great players, they have many great seasons. So he said, what you want to be?
And in Tony Parker's case, great is what he wanted to be and has been for a long time.
You know, that's great because that shows Pops and why he's one of the best in the game. You got to be able to drive and motivate and also give the confidence. And that's what's happened with Tony Parker. Remember when he first came on the scene, it was not a cakewalk for him. He had his struggles, and now we're talking about a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Well, they found a little bit of space out there on the perimeter, and they have a shared confidence right now. That tends to breed some success for this team.
Parker and Green are the guard set. Rudy Gay is out there with Anderson. And it's Laverne in at the center position. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Spurs have never been the flashy team in the NBA. Tony Parker said beautiful basketball is playing the right way. Ball movement, pure, beautiful basketball is the way we've played. You have all sorts of fans, and there should be something for everybody. Kevin, he told me a long time ago, if we were in New York, people would love us.
And during Popovich's time in San Antonio, the Spurs have always played together, D.A. Got to respect their team-first approach to the game. And that one falls for Tatum. Watching Jason Tatum, it's hard to find many faults in his game, Greg. He's Strong inside and out and plays both ends of the floor equally well.
Yeah, kind of a jack of all trades, right, and master of none. He does everything reasonably well on the basketball floor, just doesn't do anything great. Having said that, though, Tatum is one of those guys that I think improves the overall IQ of your team, and terrific size at his position.
We talk so much about rhythm from the field. How about a rhythm from the free throw line? That looks good.
Parker kicks to Gay. Pass to Mills. Dishes it to Gasol. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
And Pau Gasol, one of the most skilled 7-footers this league has ever seen. Whether it's the low post, high post, flaring off picks, you want the ball in his hands.
The Spurs shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
The first one falls. And Pau Gasol, a very good perimeter shooter, starting to stretch his range out beyond that three-point arc.
Yeah, his face-up game is becoming more and more prominent. Working from that elbow, he's become more of a triple threat. He can shoot it, drive it, and pass at a high level.
Both free throws good from Gasol.
And Pau Gasol still remains an offensive threat for this basketball team, expanding his range over time and still has that nice soft jumper.
Here's Baines. Out to Morris. There's the 3. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the shot goes down. Mills has got the lead up to 6 now for San Antonio.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Rozier, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Stolen by Gay. Outside Gasol. Here's Rozier, covered by Parker. Took him no time at all on that one.
And that's just tremendous confidence from Brown. Going up with the shot right away and giving the D no time to react.
Good looking screen by Gasol. Mills, that's a 2-pointer. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Mills has got the lead back up to 6 now for San Antonio. Rozier, the pass to Brown. Offline with his 3.
Yeah, a little surprised he missed that one so badly. The defense was nowhere to be found.
Here's Gay, and then Gay with the dunk.
And we all know Gay is capable of dunking it. The D can't let him get to that launching pad there. You're only asking for trouble.
Rozier kicks to Morris. The screen from Brown. Morris dishes to Tatum. Shoots over Mills. The shot missing. Some solid defense from Gasol. Parker passes to Anderson. He feeds it to Mills. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And now a 10-point San Antonio lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first. Well, we all know, Bright, you grew up in a real basketball environment. What affected watching your dad and competing against your brothers and being in that conversation at the dinner table have on the development of your playing style?
Well, I think first and foremost what comes to mind, Kevin, is just competing. And it wasn't just competing at basketball. It was wiffle ball in the backyard, soccer in the fall, baseball in the spring, Monopoly during the weekends. So anything we could get our hands on that had to do with the game, yeah, it was about that competition.
And what do you do now in retirement? Is there what do you find to stimulate the competitive side?
Well, I beat my kids in Monopoly, I could tell you that.
And it's sent back by Horford.
not in here. Just can't throw stuff up like that around Horford. He sends that one right back.
And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too. So it'll be Jaylen Brown shooting. That's on LaMarcus Aldridge. The Celtics have shot 6 of 7 at the line. Free throw good from Brown.
Well, the Spurs system hasn't changed through the years, but certainly some things being more emphasized than others. You had the post attack, certainly with Tim Duncan and David Robinson, and then it shifted to the drive and kick style with Manu and Tony Parker. And now they're back to playing the mid-range game with Kawhi Leonard and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Now here's Irving. 7 points in the game. Mills with it, picked up by Brown. Gasol kicks to Aldridge. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Aldridge has got his second basket of the night. And in the past, there's been a distaste for isolation basketball in the Spurs organization. But we're seeing more iso ball running through Kawhi and Aldridge.
Well, they do a great job of passing out of the post, and mainly that's the reason why they use it. Force teams to come down as the ball gets closer to the rim and commit several defenders, and then the spacing takes over on the weak side. So they still utilize a pass-first style, and the isolation kind of sets up opportunities on the weak side.
Here's Brown. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Here's Irving, buried from 15 feet out. Irving's got 9 points.
Kyrie made enough room to get the shot off there. The in-between game right now he's showing off is precise.
And Mills kicks to Aldridge. Now the pass to Murray. Passes to Aldridge. 6 on the shot clock. Spurs passing it around. A nice shot by Gasol.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Celtics trail by 9. And here's Irving. He's got 9. Another miss by Irving.
He seems to be forcing just a little bit out there. He needs to play a little calmer, a little smarter, with a little bit more poise if they're going to win this one.
Leonard with the bucket.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Boston's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Hayward on the wing. Monroe with a screen on Leonard. Here's Hayward. They get it back. The kick out to Irving. Pass to Horford. Back to Irving. Now the dish to Monroe. Over Gasol. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. 9 points for Greg Monroe. Now here's Murray. He's guarded closely. Leonard with the ball. Now defended by Hayward. Here's Gasol. And no good. Good work defensively by Monroe. Here's Hayward. Great D that time from Leonard.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Celtics.
And their offense centered around a three-point shot. That was the guiding principle on every trip. Their first goal was finding an open look beyond the arc, getting that extra point every chance they could.
Now here's Mills, guarded by Smart. Now Mills, 7 points in the game. And that one is good. 6 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Brent, you have 2 championship rings. Some guys would kill for 1. Talk about a season where you thought you would capture a title, but for some reason it just wasn't meant to be.
It's interesting, after the 2005 championship in San Antonio, coming back in 2006, I thought we were destined to get the job done that very next year. And it's funny how slight the difference is between a championship season and just a contending season, Kevin. An injury, a bounce, a foul, a free throw. It makes you appreciate the fragility of what a championship season is all about.
Well said. The Spurs making a switch here. Green's checked in, and there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. San Antonio leading by 11. Murray kicks to Aldridge. Over Horford. And it's Aldridge missing.
Yeah, the defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
Screen by Monroe. Again, Irving missing.
And just not able to find the target from 3-point range here in the 2nd quarter, although he did knock down 1 in the 1st.
Laverne dishes to Green. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Monroe.
Well, such smarts there. Green knows exactly where to pick his spots and how to generate some points.
And Danny Green, undrafted out of North Carolina. He's been a linchpin of the Spurs' great defense over his career.
You know, 6'6" with that 6'10" wingspan. This is a guy that can block shots like a big man, guards 3 positions, and one of the guys that we call the prototype when you talk about that 3 and D wing player.
The first one falls.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And both free throws good for Green.
And Danny Green out of North Carolina, the former Tar Heel, now in his 9th season in the NBA. 8 of those seasons with San Antonio, as a guy that went undrafted and then spent the last 5 seasons starting for a contender deep in the heart of Texas.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Kicks it to Murray. Aldridge with a screen on Irving. Murray, good. Murray's got the lead up to 13 now for San Antonio. And Danny Green averaging about 27 minutes per game last season. Believe it or not, Brent, that was 3rd highest on the Spurs.
Well, they always do it by committee. You look up and down the roster in terms of the minutes played, and not many guys even push over the 30-minute mark. And so there's a lot of responsibility and accountability for every guy on the roster to be ready every night. And Danny Green does it on both ends when he gets his minutes.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Murray kicks to Leonard. They kick it out to Green. Stolen by Smart. Over Green. Here's Monroe, and Craig Monroe with the slam.
It is clear that Monroe wants the ball, and for good reason. He is getting it done.
Aldridge with a screen on Hayward. Leonard the pass to Aldridge. Leonard with the ball. Now defended by Hayward. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. 6 to shoot. Back to Leonard. And there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th foul. And we're not even at halftime. That is going to limit his playing time and his aggressiveness the rest of the game.
Boston making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Leonard kicks to Laverne. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Green. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
2 shots, gentlemen.
Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And such an important contributor to his team's success over the years. It's amazing that Green was a 2nd-round pick and coming out of a big school at that.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And this season, he's maintained very good form at the line, shooting at about an 83% clip.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Green.
And the Celtics trade for Kyrie Irving, sending shockwaves back in August. Never before had a pair of 25-point-per-game scorers swap teams in the offseason. That's what you call a blockbuster.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Boston. And both free throws good for Green.
And no doubt Irving and IT, both elite offensive weapons. But Irving, 6 inches taller, perhaps more defensive upside, and 3 years younger. The Celtics feel he fits their timeline.
Here's Baines, feeds it to Irving, to the paint, and the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut to just 9 on the basket from Baines.
Beautiful timing, execution, great move to the rack.
Murray dishes to Green. Laverne passes to Green. The feed to Leonard. Outside Aldridge. Back to Leonard. Over Hayward. And that one's good. Leonard's got 6 here in this quarter.
I love the pace he's playing with, letting his offense come to him naturally and then building upon this lead for his team.
On its way from Irving for 2. Not going to go that time. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Take a break.
Kevin, the Spurs' Greg Popovich talked about developing players. He said, our method is usually tough love. I don't think coddling works, and beating them to death mentally doesn't work either. You give them a clear picture of what's demanded, show care, understand what makes them tick. If that doesn't get through, you get rid of them. Kevin?
And the military background of Popovich plays a part in this way of thinking, David. It's why the Spurs have been so successful for so many years. Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Rudy Gay's checked in for Aldridge. Anderson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Green. Celtics trail by 11. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first half. The 3 from Morris. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
Yeah, gains separation by just working off the screen. Morris been around the block enough times to know all the angles.
Now here's Parker. 8 points for him. Goes up the baseline, and play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Yeah, a little too physical on that play. Tries to climb over the top of him and gets whistled for it.
Big difference between aggressiveness and awareness. There's no way he's getting that rebound right there.
They set the pick. Morris a screen. Rozier kicks to Morris. He dishes it to Smart. Shoots from 14. Shot from 16. And it's Baines missing. Anderson outside. Now here's Murray, guarded by Smart. Back to Murray. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Kawhi, what did Coach Popovich ask out of you tonight?
He just wanted me to go play basketball out there, and I just tried to be more aggressive tonight. Shots started falling, and my team just kept running with me.
Hey, Kawhi, great half. Thank you for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. It's San Antonio out on top at halftime. They have an 8-point lead. Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep playing smart in the second half and close this thing out. Don't get cute now.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Boston?
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
A spectacular aerial shot of downtown San Antonio, Texas, the Tower Life Building, front and center. We welcome you back. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. And you know, Greg Monroe has been really making it happen, guys.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
Hey, Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so.
And now the third quarter about to get going. Celtics trail by 8. Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. Irving and Brown pair at the 1 and the 2. Horford is out there with Aaron Baines. And it's Hayward in at the small forward.
Well, that screen wasn't quite as effective as it could be. However, they find a way to get it done. Credit to Shooter for overcoming that aggressive defense.
Now here's Murray. And Mills kicks to Aldridge. Banked in off the glass. Aldridge has got 8. And Greg Popovich has led the Spurs to the playoffs in all 20 of the full seasons he's coached the team. But you know what, Brent? He always gives his players the credit.
Well, Pop knows that the players are the ones who deserve all of the accolades. But there's no doubt that there's an appreciation for the way that Pop continues to put his team and each member of the team into situations where they collectively can compete every year. And it's not about just competing for the playoffs, Kevin. I'm talking about competing for titles. What a run that Greg Popovich has been on. You just can't allow good looks like that from beyond the arc. That's just inviting all kinds of trouble.
Here's Irving. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
Now, coach is yelling at the defense to at least get a hand up on Kyrie Irving.
Now here's Murray. Covered by Irving. Murray kicks to Leonard. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Celtics trail by 11. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Irving drives in. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And with all the talk about Kyrie coming to Boston, you still have to figure how he'll fit in to the team. Has this year and next left on his contract, player option after that. But with his scoring and shooting, should make this offense even more potent.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And when you put a player of Kyrie's ability into this Boston system, you have to expect good things. Irving does so much for himself and others. The longer he plays with the team, I think the more comfortable he'll become.
Monroe's checked in for Aaron Baines. Both free throws good for Irving. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Spurs leading by 9. Aldridge a screen. Pass to Mills. He kicks to Leonard. And taken away by Brown. For the finish. And finished off by Brown.
And Brown runs the floor like a freight train. At 225 pounds, he's a mammoth that wrecks defenses in transition.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleash chaos moment. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Hayward outside. Dishes it to Irving. Horford with the screen on Leonard. Irving kicks to Horford. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 5 assists tonight.
In this day and age of stretch 4s and 5s, you can't forget about Horford on the perimeter. Burns them from that distance.
Back to Murray. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Well, great start. Check that box. They've made their first 4 shots, guys, and the offense looking very fluid right now.
Now here's Brown. He's got 9. There's the pick. The screen from Brown. Nobody near Irving. And again, Boston with the triple.
When you make shots like that, Kevin, Kyrie is showing just how confident he is in his offensive ability.
Now here's Murray. Not a lot of room. He feeds it to Leonard. This all setting the pick for Leonard. Out to the wing. And stolen by Hayward. Down low. Here's Brown. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
Right, big scoring run fueled by great game planning and really some great shot making.
Gasol's shot is good.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Brown kicks to Horford. Now here's Brown. 11 points in the game. And there's the pass to Irving. The dish to Hayward. Picked by Horford. Shot clock at 6. For the tie. San Antonio with the rebound. Aldridge has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. All sorts of time. And it's Murray. That time on the assist by Mills. Mills has got assist number 5 here tonight. Irving against Leonard. Hayward from outside. It's hauled in by LaMarcus Aldridge. San Antonio leading by 5. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Inside, here's Irving. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Irving's got 9 points here in the second half. And the Spurs with possession here. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns in Phoenix. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Here's the screen. Mills dishes to Leonard. Good-looking screen by Gasol. And it's Leonard missing. Celtics trail by 3. Hayward with the ball. 6 points for him. Looking to get back on track here. Monroe tipped back in for 2. Monroe's got 15 points.
Oh, hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Now here's Mills. He's got 10. Good looking screen by Gasol. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Kawhi Leonard, the only player other than Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon to be an all-star starter. Greg win the Defensive Player of the Year and win a Finals MVP award.
And Kevin, I think it's fair to say that's some lofty company to be in. You know, you're worried with the retirement of Tim Duncan. Would the Spurs go through a lull? And they found another 2-way superstar to kind of build their team around, much in the same in terms of mannerisms as a Tim Duncan.
And the first one at the line is good.
Getting to the foul line more and more these days. Kawhi has become the complete package.
A different look now for San Antonio. Rudy Gay's checked in for Aldridge. Green comes in for Patty Mills. And Tony Parker is subbed in for DeJounte Murray. Morris is checked in for Boston. Tatum comes in for Gordon Hayward. Leonard hits them both.
Kawhi Leonard reminds you of the way that people talk about defensive backs that can lock down great receivers in football. So suffocating, takes elite scorers completely out of positions on the floor where they like to be effective.
San Antonio leading by 3. Parker with no one around. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 5 assists in the game. The Celtics have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. And with Kawhi defending you, Brett, I've heard you call it being marooned on the island of Kauai. What do you say, the Kauaian Islands?
That's right, Kevin. Stranded, if you were. I mean, it's so hard to do anything against Kawhi Leonard. Even simple things like making post-entry passes, it just feels like there's more than one of him on the floor.
Here's Green, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. 5 on the clock. Leonard, no luck. He hits Brown with the drive. Here's Tatum. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Laverne, he's checked in for San Antonio. Anderson comes in for Leonard, and then for Boston. Smart comes in for Jaylen Brown. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Irving.
Shot.
That one drops. He ties it up.
And it's about the versatility that Tatum offers, particularly offensively. He can guard and play multiple positions on the floor.
Stolen by Smart. Passes it to Morris. Misses from short range. The Spurs have gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. For San Antonio, they have made 9 free throws in the game, 14 attempts. Free throw drops for Green. And both free throws good for Green.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Here's Rozier, covered by Parker. For the lead. And it's Rozier missing. San Antonio's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Here's Anderson, and the layup is good. Anderson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Anderson's inside game reminiscent of an old teammate of his, Boris Diaw, patient in the post around the rim.
Morris a screen. Here's Rozier. Rebounded by the Spurs. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Inside, here's Anderson. Here's Laverne. Another shot. And the layup is good. And it's a 6-point Spurs lead.
And when it comes to rebounds, Laverne is relentless on the glass.
Monroe sets a screen for Smart. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And San Antonio shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. Anderson passes to Parker. And it's San Antonio with another.
And Parker just super efficient at shooting from inside the paint with shots like that one.
Rozier kicks to Tatum. Here's Rozier, covered by Parker. Rozier the pass to Monroe. Gay with the block. Green dishes to Laverne. And Laverne throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Smart. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Before his injury, Rudy Gay had made some strides on the defensive end. In general, Greg, he doesn't get enough credit sometimes for his impact on that side of the ball.
Yeah, Gay has always been a great ball hawk. I mean, he's got long arms to pick off lazy passes. He gets a good amount of blocks for a wing player as well. Very much so underrated when you talk about his defense.
Boston making a switch here. Baines is checked in. Shot clock at 5. Morris, left side. Boston needs to get off a shot. Tatum. They grab their own miss. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Murray.
Well, when you have a whole team that is locked in, this is what your shot chart looks like. They are moving the ball well and taking shots with confidence. When this team comes out and is knocking it down from all over like they are right now, they are one of the toughest in the league to beat.
Free throw good for Morris.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Solid rebound there, and with a score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And Anderson has it in the corner. From the arc. Rebound Boston. Baines has got his 3rd rebound tonight. They double him with Green. Here's Rozier. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Well, this has been a night where you can look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
I don't know if you push the panic button now, but that's the 4th personal, and he needs to stay aggressive out there. So going to be interesting to see how he plays moving forward.
Here's Baines. They set the screen. On the wing, Morris. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. The Spurs second.
You know, when you make a mistake against this team, they make you pay. I mean, because they convert those turnovers into fast break points, and that really can be demoralizing.
It's stolen by Green. And Anderson kicks to Parker. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Shot off the screen. That one a little long.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
Now here's Parker. He's got 14, and Anderson has it in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Puts it up from 17. That shot, no good. Now the Celtics take it the other way.
Well, the team is still up despite him struggling, so hopefully he'll find his rhythm.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
And you know Tatum wants to make a statement anytime he can get all the way to the rim, that he's going to have to do a better job of keeping the body on it.
Now here's Parker. Pass to Gay. And he uses the glass on the layup. Gay's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Rozier kicks to Morris, and stolen by Gay. Anderson outside. Here's Green. The rebound by the Celtics.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well. And how about that floor awareness there from Tatum that does a good job of scanning the court and getting the ball to the open man.
Gets it off. No good on that last second attempt there. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Pace of play is a big part of tonight, okay? Make sure on the bench when we come back, we lift it, we lift it.
One of the team's great young teachers, Brad Stevens, wanting his guys to control the tempo.
Yeah, and he feels if they push it, if they attack intelligently, it's going to be to their advantage.
3 quarters in the books, folks. Glad to have you with us. Welcome back as we get going. Parker and Green are the guard set. Anderson is out there with Rudy Gay, and it's Laverne in at the 5. That's the San Antonio 5. Now here's Parker to the inside. Gay. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. 6 points for Gay.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your point guard. Parker distributing the ball wonderfully on that possession.
Spurs leading by 9. Here's Anderson. Makes it off the glass.
Ooh, excellent work getting that close to the basket. Got to be happy getting those type of shots.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And with a fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. And Tony Parker in the 2017 season with the lowest minutes per game average in his career. He was playing so well in the playoffs. I mean, historically well. Then, Greg, as we know, the quad injury in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's pretty clear that that 15-year run he's had as a starter, that window is rapidly closing, but still effective, just no longer the focal point that he once was.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Laverne. Mills comes in for Green, and it's DeJounte Murray in for Parker. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, look, here's what Brad Stevens went over with his guys during the break. He was not happy with their shot selection, and he let them know about it. He said, we're taking low percentage shots, guys. Space the floor, make the extra pass, and work for those shots in the flow of the offense. Stay with the plan. We'll see if they can get it going.
Gay with the block.
You got to respect those long arms of Gay. I mean, superb at swatting shots away with those big hands.
Back to Anderson. Puts up a 3. And Rozier pulls it down.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Kicks it to Smart. Over to the left wing. Horford has a wide open look. And there's a whistle that goes against Greg Monroe. That will be foul number 5 on him. Boston making some changes. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Smart. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Terry Rozier. Spurs leading by 11. Murray kicks to Aldridge. Feeds it to Mills. Aldridge a screen. Murray for 3. Rebound by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Irving kicks to Monroe. Back to Irving. There's the pick. 6 on the shot clock. And he gets it to go. Irving's got it back down to single digits for the Celtics.
Well, this is the kind of night where Kyrie is scoring efficiently, focusing on taking good quality shots in this one.
Here's Mills. The kick out to Anderson. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
Yeah, just not good court awareness there. You cannot afford to be careless. That just leads to bad turnovers.
Celtics trail by 9. Irving passes to Horford. Irving drives in. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Kyrie exceptional at taking the hit and then somehow creating a release angle towards the rim.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
San Antonio leading by 6. And here is Murray. The feed to Mills. Aldridge with a screen on Brown. Mills dishes to Aldridge. Rejected by Monroe.
How about the rejection from Monroe? Got his feet set, got in the right spot, and then threw it away.
Interior D lacking, and it couldn't be at a worse time giving up that easy one.
Well, just an incredibly slow rotation. That is someone's responsibility and something they're going to need to discuss.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Yeah, you can't make any excuses right now for them giving the ball up as much as they have in this one. Hopefully they can get on the same page during this timeout.
And the Spurs with some changes. Gasol comes in for Rudy Gay. And Kawhi Leonard comes in for Kyle Anderson. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Murray. Aldridge can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 4. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Aldridge is screen. And Mills kicks to Leonard. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Now here's Murray. Covered by Irving. And the shot goes in. And the Spurs lead by 3.
And that bucket should stop the bleeding.
He dishes it to Horford to tie it up. They get it back. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Murray, the pass to Leonard. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
This is where all the extra hours of practice come into play. Leonard couldn't be more in sync on that catch and shoot.
Irving against Leonard. Shoots from the elbow. And it's Irving missing. Spurs leading by 3. Leonard attacking. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far.
Just one of those insane nights for Leonard, putting on a one-man show offensively.
Now, here is Irving. Empty that time from Leonard.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Here's Leonard to the wing on the left. And here's Gasol outside. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 6 assists now in the game.
Wow, if Pau Gasol is stroking the 3, you know that he's feeling it. Very confident from the outside here tonight.
Here's Horford. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. And here's Mills for 3. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
That's the attack mindset with which they entered the game with, and I wouldn't expect them to let up now.
Now, here is Irving. Pass to Monroe. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. A second chance effort, and it's laid in by Aldridge. Aldridge has got the lead up to 13 now for San Antonio.
Love the follow-up. It's as if Aldridge knows where the shot's coming from and gets himself in great position on the glass.
Irving against Leonard. Count it. Good. Irving's got 18 points now here in the second half.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Now here's Murray. He's guarded closely. Horford against Aldridge. 6 to shoot. Here's Leonard. Yep, that one goes. Leonard's got 20.
And for a player who didn't enter the league with breakdown ability off the dribble, guess what? Kawhi will break you down.
Celtics trail by 13. Now Irving. He kicks it to Horford. Hayward on the wing. Monroe sets a screen for Hayward. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Hayward's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, some guys just take pride in how they set screens. It might seem like a small part of the game, but as you saw there, it can have a huge impact in getting a shooter an open look at the basket.
Here's the screen. Aldridge a screen. The baseline J. The rebound by the Celtics. Irving's got his 3rd rebound on the night. On the wing, Brown. Horford dishes to Irving. Back to Horford. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And it's 7 points for Horford.
And not a stellar first half, but he's become an absolute machine scoring the ball in the second.
Murray kicks to Gasol. Murray the pass to Mills. Dishes to Leonard. And stolen by Horford. And Hayward with a clear path to the hoop. Oh!
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
Gasol setting the pick for Murray. Lob pass to Gasol. Irving with the steal. And another fast break chance here for the Celtics. Here we go. With the tip. It's rebounded by Leonard. San Antonio leading by 7. Murray dishes to Aldridge. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. Parker's checked in for DeJounte Murray. Smart's checked in for Boston. Here's Irving. Tries it from 19. It's hauled in by Tony Parker. San Antonio's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes.
Really shocking he didn't take advantage of that golden opportunity there. He needs to be much better in that situation.
Here's Hayward, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. They get Paul Gasol.
And they're not getting the same number of second chance opportunities that they did in the first half. Getting outworked here on the glass.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And he makes both free throws. Here is Parker. Leonard on the wing to stop the drought, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
So smooth. The little pump fake, get the defender in the air. As if Leonard wasn't hard enough to cover, he's adding that to his game.
And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
It felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
Now here is Irving. Buries it down low. Irving's got 31 points.
Kyrie coming alive. He does that at this stage of the game.
Aldridge with a screen on Irving. Parker passes to Aldridge. Back to Parker. And here's Mills for three. No good. And it's Boston the other way. Here's Irving. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Now just a three-point Spurs lead.
Pure shooting form shown by Kyrie on that one. Lets the ball just roll off the fingertips.
They set the pick. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Over to the wing. Stolen by Smart. And here we go. Irving, good.
Really taking advantage of every scoring opportunity. They've somehow found a way to make this thing exciting.
Irving against Parker. He feeds it to Mills. Gasol, a screen on Irving. Mills dishes to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And who do you call when you need a big bucket for this team more and more? It's Kawhi.
Irving kicks to Hayward. Horford against Aldridge. Screen by Monroe. Irving attacking. And two free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
I don't know how you match up with Kyrie Irving. So great at turning on the Jets and then drawing the contact.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 2 here. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Smart. Both good from the line that time.
A good guy to have on the free throw line when the score is close, and he takes care of business as usual.
They set the screen. Here's Aldridge. Good work defensively by Horford. And it's the Celtics ball. They're on an 18-6 run. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
How about a game changer from an unlikely source? Greg Monroe knocks it down.
Irving against Parker. The dish now to Aldridge. To the wing right side. Now here's Mills. He's covered by Brown. Mills passes to Aldridge. Aldridge can't get that one to fall.
And that was an easy one there. Just a missed opportunity.
Now, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
Two shots.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
And the vertical that Brown has is pretty impressive, as relentless a finisher as you'll find in our league.
They can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. Here are the Spurs with the ball. It's a 1-point game. Parker outside. Good looking screen by Gasol. Right side Leonard. And stolen by Hayward. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, how about the nerves there? Those free throws put them in a very good position. 3 points clear.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They trail by 3. 1 second left in the game. A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Greg Monroe.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight. What was your thought process coming into the game?
You know, I was just going out there trying to compete on every play, trying to play as much defense as possible. You know, just sticking to our game plan. We had a game plan going in, and we executed.
Got it done at both ends of the floor, Kyrie. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long and good night, everyone.